Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing on about 154 square feet of garden space in my backyard. One of the things that I don't talk about much on this channel is my chickens. I've said that I have them, I've shown them on a couple of videos just feeding them, but I've never talked about how I raise them in my backyard, my urban neighborhood backyard. So a few people asked if I could do a video on how I raise my chickens, and so here goes. The girls are in the back corner of my yard. This is how they live. My daughter and I built this enclosure. It is 2x4s. The bottom I think is a 4x6. I'll double check that for everybody. So it's held up by T-post. Nothing is in the ground just because I wasn't gonna figure out cement and all of that stuff. Also didn't want it to be like super permanent. And so that's how we build this. It's just 2x4s and this is chicken wire. We don't have predators around here, thankfully. You may find a cat that jumps over the privacy fence. But initially I was worried about that, and then I thought about it. When I watched the other homesteading channels, they have cats. And so I think that we're fine with that. Although a stray cat is different from a cat that someone is taking care of. But anyway, I have not had any issues. We don't really have raccoons and foxes and things like that. They are also under a tree, so right there. So once that tree fills out, it's kind of a protection from birds and things like that. But we also don't have hawk, the kind of birds that would come down and swipe them up. So that is a plus, growing in an urban setting. What I feed them Hemp Organics. It is an organic chicken feed, and out of transparency, I will let you know that I am an influencer for Hemp Organics. So I do get the feed free, and I am being compensated for feeding the chickens and posting about it. So full transparency. Look at her. Look at her. This is Bertha. I can tell because she has a larger comb than the other black sex link. She is an angry little chicken. And not like angry to the point where like I'm scared of her. Clearly I'm not scared of her. And I don't want to say she's angry. She's just very inquisitive. That's Love down there that's pecking me. I believe that's Love. I can tell by the comb for all of them, which is great because other than that, I wouldn't be able to tell who is who. In the mornings, somebody's shaking the tripod. Go away. Come out here, or my daughter comes out here. During the week, my daughter takes care of the chickens more than I do. And then on the weekends, I take over. I'm out and I get them water. So you can see the two waterers, I think is what they're called, behind me, and I fill them up. I normally give them the rainwater that I save, but right now, the rainwater is full of pollen. So I just fill up a container and bring it over here, planning to get a much longer water hose. What I do is I'll take this in the house and just fill it up and bring it back out for them. And that's how I put water in when the rainwater is not sufficient. And so if you see here, that is like algae. And so that needs to be cleaned out before I put the water in here. And I probably will clean that with the rainwater, but I don't want them to drink it. I don't want them to drink the rainwater. So I'm gonna clean that. And then basically you just pour the water in here, turn it over, make sure you have it in the grooves. I put my feet on it and just turn. It's a little, sometimes it can be a little tough, but these are also a little bit older. So that's that. I have 2 trash cans that I use to hold their food and to hold the bedding. Stop it. And this works out really well. I have their food from Hemp, and then I have chicken scratch from Hemp in here as well. And basically with the scratch, I just kind of throw it out, or they'll eat it sometimes. And they'll eat it out of your hand. Then I also use pine shavings for their bedding in the coop run. The bedding that's inside the coop run where they roost, that's where you get most of your manure from, because that's where they sleep. And I'm assuming they poop while they're sleeping. I don't know. Somebody's pecking me again. So it's just pine bedding. And I get that from Tractor Supply. I am not exactly sure how much it costs. I guess I need to pay attention to that. I'm not balling or anything. I just don't pay attention because they need it, I guess. And then at a point, I was using straw over in the run area. That has proven to be a great way to increase the smell in the chicken area. Just move the tripod again. So as I fill my compost pile, as I add to the compost pile, I've started to dig this out, and I will use pine shaving for everything as opposed to using straw. Straw does not decompose as quick as the pine shavings do, and so as it warms up or if it gets wet, there can be a smell on this side. I normally just throw down some more pine shavings, but eventually I will dig all of the straw out and it will only be pine shavings in this area. I'm not telling you not to do it. Also, one time, that's why it's so high over here, I left a bale of straw in here. They literally pulled it all apart, and then there was this huge layer essentially of straw. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying maybe use it with a little bit of, use it with a little bit of restraint, because it is a way to harbor smells. So the inside of the coop. In the inside of the coop right now, I am testing hemp bedding. I was gifted it by a company. It just doesn't seem very cozy for them, if you ask me. If not the hemp, I'll just go back to using the pine shavings because we didn't have a problem with that. So this is enough space for 4 chickens. When they roost, that's just enough roost space for 4 chickens. Oh, don't peck her. Be nice. She's probably sitting on some eggs. But that's the kind of stuff that happens in a chicken flock. And the gray ones seem to always be the receivers of it. So yeah. No. Not nice. She is the leader of the pack. That is Bertha, and she is the leader of the pack. And that's the kind of stuff she does. She's a black sex link, and Love is a Brahma. Why are you being like that? Why are you being like that to her? Do you want something to eat? Do you want something to eat? No? She doesn't want anything to eat. But she's also being a very not nice chicken right now. You're being a not nice chicken right now. So they will eat their food off the ground with no problem. I, however, just put it in a container, just because it's what I do. I also put it inside the coop in most cases, because if it rains, I don't want to waste food. Not that they can't still eat it, but it does turn kind of mushy, I guess, and they probably still will eat it. Stop it. It's very fun to have them. Like, when we first got them, I was scared, and the bigger they got, the scareder I got. But then I realized, like, they're not bigger than me. They're not gonna eat me. Their pecks don't hurt a lot. Somebody's pecking me right now. And someone said to me on Instagram, and literally stopped following me, he said, if your chickens peck you, it's about time for me to unfollow you. Okay. That's how I feel about that. And so you can hear the noise that they're making. They're not that noisy on a normal basis. I honestly think she needs to lay. They can be noisy when it's time to lay. But Love, I think that's Love. It may be Peace. I can't really see her comb right now. It's literally taking up that space and she's not moving. Well, you can see. So what? I don't know what they got going on. The Coop. The Coop is from Tractor Supply. It is a prefab coop. I'm not really sure how much it costs. Maybe close to $300, I think. Hey, Betty. That's not Betty, that's Bertha. Bertha. She's got to be the one who gets all the attention. Anywho, the coop is from Tractor Supply. I think it was maybe about $300. It's not the best coop. It is, the roof is kind of coming loose. The door has fallen apart. Lucky for me, we don't put them up at night. They put themselves up, but we don't close the coop up at night. And so the door falling apart is not a big deal. Hey, lady, could you stop? That's a no. So I don't see myself building a chicken coop. I just don't. So prefab is what I will probably continue to use. I may get a better one, but not right now because it's still working. We don't have leaks or anything, so that's a plus. We just have a door that's not really working. Some other things that may be of interest to you if you're going to, or you're looking at getting backyard chickens. I got my chickens from Tractor Supply as 1-day-old baby chicks. I brooded them inside my house. And when I say brood, I raised them inside of my house in an old dog crate that my dog does not use. That proved to be a bit messy because dog crates have openings. And so I would say if you're gonna brood them in something that's closed. So I've seen people brood them in totes. I've seen them do it in the cattle feed metal containers. They stayed in the house until they were about 6 weeks old, until they had all of their feathers. And then we moved them outside into the coop. Hey, Love. She just had to dig by where I set that tripod up. I do not give them antibiotics or vaccinate them. I don't do any of that. Someone asked about it on Instagram, and so I don't have information on that because I don't do it. I do cut their wings, or I did cut their wings. Before we put the enclosure up, I cut their wings so that they couldn't fly over the short fence that we had. That proved to not be. Just kick the back door open. Betty is a lot. She's a lot. Anyway, yes, I cut their wings, but I don't have to do that anymore because they can't fly over the enclosure, and then we have the privacy fence up. Cutting their wings was not a hard thing. It didn't hurt them. They did grow back. And so that's why I was like, we have to build an enclosure because they kept getting out. Started off, and I'm gonna be very honest, with just this coop. And my thought was, I'm just gonna leave them in the coop area and they can stay in the run. That was not enough space for them. As they got bigger, that did not work. So always get a smaller breed of chickens and then that may work. But I would recommend, if you can, having a little extra run space for them. I think, oh yeah, we got an egg. May I have that? she let me have it. We got an egg. We're getting about 3 to 4 eggs a day, but she just laid an egg. There's only one in there right now. And so it's a pretty little pink color. Yep, so I would recommend, if you could, having a space where they can roam a little bit more. If you can let them free roam, that's even better. That's Betty. Betty is on her way over here. Just to wrap up for you, basically I feed them, I give them water, and I clean their coop area out. I probably do the run area under the roost maybe once a month to get that out. Whenever I see it piling up, I do cover it with pine shavings just so that it can start to decompose or compost. So I hope this video was helpful for you. That is how I take care of my backyard chickens in my backyard. There may be other ways to do it. Of course there's other ways to do it because nothing is 100% the way that it should be done. That's how I raise my chickens. I love having chickens. I love the fact that I get eggs every day from them. I love that I have the manure that I can use to go back into the garden. Also, they are very helpful for like zero waste, because when I clean my refrigerator out, whatever they can eat, I give that to them. It's kind of like a treat. Also, it's a good way to, if you have seeds, like an abundance of seeds, that you can do microgreens with, something like microgreens. I let them sprout. I'll bring the microgreens out to them and they eat microgreens. They absolutely love it. When the garden needs to be cleared out, they can eat that. My quick story on how I decided to get chickens was, I talked about it. Me and my daughter, we were in Tractor Supply and she was like, let's get chickens, please, please. I'm gonna help you. And we just purchased chickens. I did not know anything about raising chickens, so I did buy 2 books when we purchased the chickens, and I read one of them, but it was kind of a trial and error type thing. Chickens, they get what's called pasty butt. When we were raising them, when they were babies, we realized that they had pasty butt, and basically you put warm water on a paper towel or on a washcloth, and you literally just have to sit and wipe it until it starts to loosen up, soften up to get it off. My daughter had to do it one time since they've been adult chickens, and there were 2 of them that had pasty butt, but we've had them for almost a year now. I have almost been a chicken mom for a year now, and we're not having any issues. We absolutely love it. I love coming out and seeing that we have eggs. It's like a surprise to my day. I'm like, how many eggs did we get? How many eggs did we get? So I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share and like. I'm also over on Instagram at Miss MS Asia Spratley, and I post about the garden and the chickens on a regular over on Instagram. So please go visit me over there. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I will see you Wednesday. So a quick note on the Hemp food. I actually really like this food. It is organic. It's an organic chicken feed. You can see what this food is made from. It has corn in it. You can see the corn. It has peas in it. It has oats in it, barley, wheat, cranberries, blueberries, and you can see this in the food. You can see the color. It's noticeable pieces of food. So if you are thinking of what type of food you want to feed, I would say give Hemp a try. You can get it through Chewy, so you can get it delivered to you. So that's just a quick note on the food. I'm not trying to sell you on it. Just you were asking what I do for my chickens. I do feed them Hemp. But once my time is up with Hemp, although I wish I could stay with Hemp, I will continue to purchase this food. I really do like it. I like that I can see what's going into the chickens that are feeding me.